You can start.
My name is Stępnicka, and I'm Associate Professor of Economics at Kazimierz Pułaski University in Radom, Poland, together with Associate Professor of Law Izabela Nowicka at the Military Academy of Land Forces in Wrocław, and Associate Professor of Security Wojciech Horyn at the Military Academy and Land Forces named after General Tadeusz Kościuszko in Wrocław. We have prepared a presentation on the financial organization and legal security of the local economy. At the beginning of our presentation, we would like to point out that one of the main instruments of the local economy are local currencies, and it is this as an instrument of local economic development that we would like to discuss. Our presentation concerns the theory of instruments of the local economy and has not yet been supported to the result of the research we are currently working on. The concept of local currency in Poland should not be understood as the national currency, universally applicable, but it is the currency used in various regions of the Poland, hence it is called local currency. This means that the definition of the local currency quoted in various publications around the world is not identical with the definition of local currency in Poland. Synonyms of local currency in Poland are community currency, alternative money, complementary money, local money, so-called social money. Such synonyms are also used in foreign publications, although the most commonly used synonyms in complementary money. In the light of economics and finance, complementary currency is a term used to describe the variety of contemporary alternative systems that exist alongside to mainstream money. They are means of exchange that circulate alongside national currencies based on collective agreements between users. Community currency systems generally serve a specific local area or region, often with positive social and economic effects. They are examples of the development of alternative economic spaces and a medium for the exchange of goods and services. Unlike conventional barter based on two entities directly trading with each other, complementary currencies expand trade by connecting a network of people and companies, support new forms of exchange, are considered a vehicle for economics and social change, but also question the official monetary system of states. They are considered useful instruments to facilitate economic regeneration, but also a tool important for human capital development. They are understood as a group of currencies of scrip used alongside standard currencies. They can be valued and exchanged against national currencies, but also act individually as a medium of exchange. It is such money that is often issued as non-profit entities to support transformation and socio-economic development and the local and regional level for the protection, stimulation and reorientation of the region's economy. They are increasingly used to lessen economic inequality, but also in development activities and humanitarian assistance. They also provide incentives for local transaction within a community. Complementary currencies, also defined as community currencies network, so-called do-it-yourself groups, are created to build social ties in the community and increase accessibility to goods and services, and as monetary networks that use a specific medium of exchange to complement the national currency. They usually appear in times of economic crisis, among other reasons due to their counter-cyclical function. Complementary currencies are mechanisms of parallel exchange led by civic society and designed to promote sustainable development, although they vary in the different features and purpose they have to fulfill. In the light of International Labour Organization terminology, complementary currencies are one of the important tools of social and solidarity economy, alternative finance schemes, and solidarity economy. They play an important role in community risk management and local development, and are a mix of diverse, locally rooted, grassroots economic projects and activities. According to studies of various authors, the use of complementary currencies in the term of the local economy contributes, among other things, to the promotion of sustainable development and social values, strengthening the economic position of the region and the position of citizens in meeting their basic and supernumerary needs, getting out the economic marginalization, increasing local wealth. In the light of economics, local currencies acts as a medium of exchange, measure of volume. Money is the economic sense, but without the possibility of it being regarded as a universal and unconditional. Complementary currencies in Poland and on the world are not a new phenomenon. They have accompanied communities for probably thousands of years, but the systematic growth and interest in complementary currencies around the world, mainly in Europe, the Americas, Australia, and Oceania, and Japan, has been observed since the 1980s. Complementary currencies are not money. They are referred to as quasi-money because they function as money in some communities and are created by groups of citizens, companies, associations, private capital firms, and are complementary to national currencies in circulation. Complementary currencies are named as so-called alternative exchange system or local money system. Okay, 1 minute, please. Which are a bottom-up activity, a regional-oriented federation of decentralized independent entities that are guided by the principles of grassroots democracy controlled by citizens or civic groups, of which constitute one of the instruments to support economic stability. Local currencies can have an impact on the real sphere and can be seen as an instrument for reducing instability, including economic fluctuations. They are a kind of experiment of an economic and social nature, making it possible to achieve results that would not be possible under the conditions of traditional management and the classic financial system for a city region of country. Complementary currencies are of interest to various economic science, including experiments economics, social economics, alternative economics, economics of local development, and representatives of alternative community in Poland in the mid-1990s. In the light of on interpretation of legal tender, local currencies can be defined as a contractual means of payment, a contractual currency in relation to civil law contracts. A special case of means of payment functioning is in a limited circle of entities that undertake to honor the national currency. A means of payment based on non-cash exchange transaction in order to make so-called swap transaction, offsetting mutual receivables. A means of payment based on the will of the parties. The main sources of Polish law regulation of the functioning of the national currency are Act of the April 1964 Civil Code, Act of 29th August 1997 Tax Ordinance, and individual tax interpretation issued by the National Revenue Information on the authorization to issue interpretations of tax law provisions. In other countries, national sources of law also regulate the functioning of local currencies. In principle, they do not conflict with the provision of the Constitution or other laws. The selected main tasks of local currency are
Professor, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Okay. Protection of local interest in a small and medium-sized enterprise sector, access to new customers, and activation of the local business community. The complementary currencies stand in opposition to the monopolization of the market by large corporations and foreign capital and the corporatization of national economics and the global economy. Referring to the title of a speech, the authors formulate the question regarding whether a local currency in the local economy can contribute to financial organization and local security. The answer to the question is it depends. As authors noted, it depends on 3 factors: area or territory, social situation, for example, epidemics, national regional economic development. Taking into account the territory area, local currencies have a better chance of being used in small communities where consumers are determined to buy from local retailers and local businesses. From the point of view of the social situation, epidemics, disease, the use of local currency during a special period is not beneficial to economic recovery. Due to its characteristic and attributes, the use of local currency is important, especially during the recovery period, the transaction of the epidemic situation to the next phase, which form of the point of view of the economic is characterized by its unfreezing. Taking into account the level of national and regional economic development, local currencies an opportunity for entrepreneurial development in poor regions that they have been left out of the global division of labor and for which mass production produced by competing companies poses a serious threat.
1 more minute, please.
Okay. Summary. Complementary currencies in the world, as well as the complementary currency in Poland, should be seen both as a tool contributing in the implementation of various objectives of economic and social nature, but also as a form of economic experiment, the implementation on which has been successful in a small number of regions that have implemented the described development tool. It has also been successful in Poland, although its success is due to various factors, including the political situation and the attitude of domestic financial institutions to alternative sources of financing and economic situation of the country and types of frequency of crisis faced by the economy and society, legislation and liberalism of economic law, administrative limits and restrictions. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, please write on me on my address. Due to the time constraints, I have a leaving the meet because I've got lessons. Thank you very much for your attention. Best wishes to all.